Hello, Aries. This is Veritas Malefica with a general reading for for your zodiac sign for Aries for the full moon in Aquarius on August 19th, 2024. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, I do offer them on a very limited basis. The information for how to book that is listed below in the description box. Um, Yes. All right. So this set of readings I'm doing very differently than I have been, just because there is a lot of chaotic energy going on, astrologically speaking. And I just don't feel like I need to add more to it. So we're going to take it easy. I'm only using one singular tarot deck. That is the Aquarian deck. As I selected it, I noticed there was a card from my Rider-Waite deck stuck in the deck, and it happened to be the Star, which is the card of Aquarius for the full moon in Aquarius within the Aquarian deck. And so I was like, well, that makes sense. So that is the only actual tarot deck that I will be using for this set of readings. And I am also selecting to use an oracle deck, which I do not use super often. I don't own very many of them. This one does give me a lot of Aquarius vibes, and it just felt like I should be using it. So we're going to get some messages from that, which taps into a little bit more of my intuitive abilities and is a little less structured than tarot. So it seems like every single reading this round is just coming out how it wants to and is happening very differently. In general, I'm keeping them pretty short unless it feels like the energy needs to go on. But yeah, so it's just so much going on astrologically. I don't need to add more to it. So that's where we're at. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the astrology. There's like a ton of planets in retrograde. There's a lot of weird squares and conjunctions, and it's a mess right now. And I am not an astrologer by any means. I dabble, and so I'm just going to talk about the few things that I'm aware of and that I feel and that I think are important. So obviously Mercury is in retrograde. I've been having a lot of technological issues, communication issues, scheduling issues. All of that fun stuff is going on. So keep that in mind. I feel like it's easier to just kind of go with the flow and let things happen and just, know that it's not going to happen how you want it to. And then you won't get as upset when it doesn't. So that's how I've been approaching it. That would be my general advice, is to just kind of be a little bit more go with the flow. The other major thing that is going on is Saturn is going to begin to square Jupiter, which I believe this is like a dance that lasts for well into next year. Saturn is the planet of boundaries and restriction, whereas Jupiter is the planet of abundance and expansion. So these are kind of opposite of each other, and they're squaring each other. So they are in sort of opposition. So they are the things that you're trying to expand upon, grow upon, and create are kind of being checked by that energy. Well, how are you doing that? Is it happening in a way that's going to be long lasting? Is it happening in a way that's going to help you? So you may find that the things you're trying to get done are just going to not feel like they're getting done as quickly as you'd like. That being said, this is a great time to kind of, go through things and figure out, why do I want that? And is that the best thing for me? So yes, that's happening. Another note on that is that this square is usually, this particular transit is usually happens in conjunction with major financial and economic changes. So, I mean, I feel like we've kind of been needing that lately. The market is going crazy and things are really, really expensive. Inflation is crazy. So we may start to see some shifts with that. And I believe that does start on the full moon on August 19th. So that will have a couple of major moments over the next sort of year and a half. So be aware of that. All right. And what I have for you is, as I was shuffling, I very clearly got guidance. Pick these two cards. And so I got them. Got them out. And this is, I think, the only tarot cards we're going to get for you. As I was shuffling, I was feeling like fiery Aries, like Aries in a mood energy. So I don't feel like this moon is going to be that great for you. I do see a lot of anger. I see a lot of outbursts. I see a lot of intense energy that is very unbalanced. And I see a little bit of manipulative tactics coming out as a result of that. I see this as you. I don't think anyone is manipulating you. I think that you are manipulating the situation because you're like, basically, fuck this. And just be careful of that. Let me go ahead and see what's on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, a little bit of balance is needed. You'll get there. This is coming to you, but you're just kind of done with whatever's going on right now. And it doesn't seem like this time period is that great for you. It's not that great for me either. So I feel you. Yeah, we've got the King of Rods in reverse. That's basically a pissed off Aries. That's what I see. So explosive, toxic, really angry sort of energy, unbridled flame just shooting out, and can be a little harsh. And then with that, you've got the Seven of Swords. So you're no mercy. You're sneaking around, you're manipulating, you're taking whatever you can to make sure you get through this, but you're like, this is what's happening. I'm taking this, I'm doing that, and deal with it. Deal with it. Which that's fair. When you get an Aries pissed off, that's kind of how you guys are. So let's get an oracle and see what that guidance is. Lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Interesting. I'm getting very Seven of Swords energy off of this card. This is you kind of gathering intel and looking around and being like, no, I see what's happening on the surface, but what's underneath is a lot more important. And this, to me, is making this card not so negative, where it's not necessarily you're manipulating. It's like you've been pushed into this position where you've had to go underneath the surface to collect the things you need to come back out and be like, all right, let's turn this around so that I can be in control of the situation. Because Aries, this is masculine, fiery energy that we're talking about here. And I don't mean like gender, I mean just duality of that energy, creationary force, constructive force. Let's do, let's act, let's rule, let's preside. And so that is kind of what I'm getting here, is that you're trying to collect everything together so that you can stop being in the reverse and turn yourself into, all right, I'm going to control things now and put everything where it needs to go so that we can have the situation that we want. So yeah. Yeah, maybe a little bit of need for rest. A little bit of need for rest. You don't have to do so much. I think some answers will come to you in dreams. And I'm seeing a figure of a dog, which is weird because I don't think there is a dog in here. But that could mean friendships, loyalty, somebody is close to you, or if you have an actual pet, or finding somebody who serves that purpose where like you can trust that person no matter what. But I think that's going to come to you again in dreams or while resting. Like you have to turn your brain off. You can't be constantly thinking and calculating and, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. Sometimes it's helpful to close your eyes and remember within and use that intuition to kind of guide you into where you need to go. But yes, that's what I've got for you. Take a nap, Aries, take a nap. Take a nap and it will become more clear how to do this more effectively, how to, keep all the swords so that you can balance and get into where you need to get into. That's what I've got. Take a nap, take a rest. Try not to explode too much, but this is a troublesome time. So Yes, I will see you for the next readings. Good luck during this lunation.